So in the interviews, they'll ask these arrays programs only. Most of the array programs you will get in the interviews. And so what is an array? So till now we are seeing variables, right? Why you will use variables? Why we are using variables? What is the purpose? Why you will use variables? What is the purpose of variable? Why you need to use variable concept?
To store something.
To store something, right? So variable is used to store a single data. Only one data you can store. But if I want to store multiple values, then I have to use array concept. So if you want to store a group of values of similar kind of data type, so then you can go for the array concept. With a variable, that is not possible. Multiple values you cannot store with a variable concept. Only one value you can store at a time. But with array, you can store a group of similar kind of data type values you can store, but fixed size. Size also fixed. So the array size is fixed. So you can fix the array size. Each value in the array is identified by an index. So basically, in the memory, you can store many elements, many values, but each value has a one position. Array first element will be in the 0 index. The first index of array is in the 0 index. It will store in the 0 index. The second element will be in 1 index. Third element will be in a 2 index. Fourth element will be in the 3rd index. Fifth element will be in the 4th index, and so on. This is the index numbers are fixed. So always your first element index is 0. Second element index is 1. Third element index is 2. Fourth element index is 3. Fifth element index is 4. See, always the element position is less than the fourth element, fifth element, something like that. Less than 1, less than that element. So that's the positions. These are all called positions or indexes. Indexes, we call them. So array starts with a 0 index. The index starts with a 0. So you can randomly access any element, any value from this memory of array because it works based on the index. For example, I want 300. I can access the array name, square bracket, the index number you give. So 300 is in which index? Index. So you can give array name, numbers is the array name, square bracket 3. I will get the 300 value. For example, if I want to minus 12, I have to give array name, square bracket. What is the minus 12 index?
1.
1. So you give 1, you will get the minus 12 value. If you want 34, you give array name, numbers, square bracket. What is the 34 index number?
0.
0. If you give here in the square brackets, you give the index number, and that index number, what value is there, you will give. That's how you can access array elements. Array name, square bracket, index number. If you give, you can access the array element. It doesn't matter what value is there, you will get that array value based on the index. So create an array. So to create an array, so you have to use data type square bracket. Square bracket represent is an array. Square bracket represents an array. And array name equal to new data type square bracket size. You have to give size. How many elements you need to store in the array? You have to tell very clearly. So that's this array how to create. So what are the advantages of arrays? So array is optimized code you can achieve with the array, because we can retrieve or sort the data efficiently with this array concept. That's the first advantage. Code optimization will be there with array, because you can store multiple values at a time so that it will save the memory. And random access is possible. You can access any element by giving index number to the array name. So randomly you can access in the middle or in the somewhere last element or first element. It doesn't matter. You can randomly pick your element by index. So that's the main advantage. Random access is possible with the array concept. So these are the two advantages. It's a very fast data structure. It's a static data structure. So fixed size, right? That's why it's static data structure. Array is a static data structure. So data structure is nothing but data how we will store in the arrays, in the memories. So that will be explained by this array. So that's why it is a static. That means it doesn't change. Once you create array, you will tell, okay, I want this many elements in this array. Later you cannot change, you cannot reduce. Always that many elements will go and store there in the memory. That's the array. So when you can use array. So for example, you want to create something over and over again, or you want to add elements over and over again in the application, like you creating your account, right? They will declare as an array. So, and that is the place where you are using arrays. Over and over again, you want to add elements or anything, you will use arrays concept in the applications. And disadvantage is size limit. We can store only fixed size of elements. So it doesn't grow its size at runtime. So you cannot, once you create the array, you cannot increase the size at runtime. That's not possible. So if you want to make it a dynamic, then you go for the collections. Collections is a dynamic data structure. Array is a static data structure. So that's the difference between arrays and collections. And I'll discuss again when the collection topic comes. How to declare array variable? See, data type, square bracket. The square bracket representation is array. So array name. Just you declared the array variable, but you didn't assign the array object. But we will assign that. Also we can assign string square bracket fruits. This is a string type array. You can store in the only string type values in this fruits array. Rectangle array. So you can store only rectangle objects in this boxes array. So how to create an array? So to create an array, this is the formula you have to use. So data type, square bracket, array name equal to new. So data type, square bracket, size you have to specify. Or this is another formula. Data type, so array name, square bracket equal to new, data type, size you have to tell that. So this is the, so how to create an array. Either this is correct or this is correct. And this format, the third one also, you can use. You can directly here, you didn't store the elements here. You just created the array object. But here you can store the elements also. So third format also you can use whichever you like, you can keep it. So to create array, this is the formula you have to use. So example is already we have here, right? The data type they declared integer square bracket. So array. So the left part they did. Now we need to do right part. The right part is this one. See the variable name, array variable name equal to new int 10. So how many elements you can store in this list array now? What is the size of your array now?
10.
10. So that means 10 elements only you can place it here. Not more than that. If you place more than that, it will throw error for you. So your array starts with which index?
Zero index.
Zero index. Your first element will be in the 0 index. That means 0 to 9 only you can store. 0 to 9 means 10 elements. 1 to 9, 9. 0 also another element, 10 elements. So that means, see, can you see last element index is less than this size. Size minus 1 if you do, you will get the last element index. So that's another important point you need to catch. Fruits equal to new string 5. So how many fruits I can store in this fruits array?
5.
5 elements only, 5 fruits only I can store. All are string data type. So 5 fruits you can store in the fruits array. So first fruit is in the 0 index, second fruit in the 1 index, third fruit in the second index, and fourth fruit in the third index, and fifth fruit is in the fourth index. So that's the how we can store the elements in this array. This is the array creation. This is array creation. But later you need to store the elements. 5 elements only you can store, not more than that. A new rectangle means only 4 rectangle objects you can store in this box. See, you are creating int marks equal to new int 5. That means like this 5 boxes will be created in the memory. Internally in the memory, so this will go and store in the heap memory. This is the new int means it's an object, right? It will go and store in the heap memory. 5 partitions will be assigned. First partition is the 0 index, and second partition is the 1 index. Third will be in the second index, fourth will be in the third index, and fifth element will be in the fourth index. If I assign a value for this, how to assign a value? So marks equal to, you have to put. So marks equal to, and the value put, it will go and store in that element. So marks square bracket 0 if you give, marks square bracket 0 equal to 10 if I give, 10 will go and store here. That's how you can assign the values. So you can create and initialize an array at the same time by enclosing the elements of the array in the square brackets, sorry, curly brackets, separated by commas. So you can do this, creating an array. Array variable is prices equal to, directly you can give values like this. Curly bracket inside, you are specifying the first element, second element, third element, and fourth element. That means this array contains 4 elements only. So if I want 20.1, how can I access 20.1?
1.
The index number you should not say. First array name you have to say. Array name, square bracket, then index number. So what is the you need to tell? Array name first, then square bracket, then index number. What is this index number? 20.1 index number? 1. Because first
1.
element is 0 index. This is the 1 index. This is the 2 index. This is the third index. Prices is the array name square bracket. 1 is this index number. This 20.1 index number is 1. If you want to 10.5, what is the index number?
0.
Bracket 0.
Prices
0.
of square bracket 0 you have to give. If we want 39, what is the index number I need to give?
4. Sorry, 3.
3.
3.
Yeah, prices of square bracket 3 you have to give. If you give prices square bracket 3, you will get a 39 value. That's it, how to access array elements. So this is a very important point, how to access array elements, how to get array element, array name, square bracket, index number. Okay, clear? Accessing the array elements. So this is just an example. I'll show you this later. So how can you find the array length? Array length you can find with a length instance variable. So there is a length instance variable is there that will return number of elements in the array. Say this one, array name dot length variable. This returns the integer value int count equal to array object dot length instance variable. So that's how you can find out the length of the array. How many elements are there in the array if you want to know. So what is the formula you have to call? Array name dot length. It's not a method, it's just a non-static variable. This is a non-static variable. This returns an integer value, int count. How can you get the last element position of the array? Array name dot length -1. If you do, you will get the last element index. So you have a formula, use this formula. You want last element. Here we have a last element, right? So if you give this 39, we have seen here, right? 39. You don't need to worry about that. What is the index? You just give prices square bracket, the prices dot length -1. You give automatically 39 you will get. Prices square bracket, prices dot length -1. If you give automatically this last element index will get. You don't need to put 3 there. So this formula will calculate automatically for you. So that's why use this formula whenever you want last element index, you write like this. Wherever you want last element index, what is the formula we have to use? Array name dot length -1 use. So how can you access array element? Array name square bracket index. Array name square bracket index. So these are the very, very important formulas. Please by heart these formulas. Anyhow, I'm going to use these formulas several times. I'll show you that. And this is the one. Array index out of bounds exception, when you will get it. So when you will get array index out of, generally this exception you will get at runtime. Once you run the program, you will get it. But what is the reason for this? There are 3 reasons for this. Why you will get array index out of bounds exception is, if index value given as a negative, your index value should start with a 0, right? Instead of 0, if you give as a negative value, any negative value if you give, then after running the program, you will get this exception. Array index out of bounds exception is the class name. Exception class name, this one. So you will get, that's the first point. Second point, if we enter or insert element at a wrong index in the array or more than the array size you are inserting, then also you will get array index out of bounds exception. So array size is 0. Array size is 0. And trying to access array elements, then you will get a array index out of bounds exception. These are the 3 reasons to get this array index out of bounds exception. I'll show you that. Okay, I'll show you that. And when you will get a negative array size exception, if you provide the array length as a negative value, then at runtime it will throw negative array size exception you will get. So all these exception classes are available in java.lang package. So this package you will get it. Okay. So tomorrow I want you guys to read and come back this array topic, and you need to explain to me back.